Christ.
What?
Guess what they put on Max?
What?
Y2K.
Never watched it.
Well, and they made the unsmart decision of putting Rachel Zegler on the front of it.
Well, that's their mistake.
But welcome to Weaponized Autism, Fuggin.
Yes, welcome back to the live stream. Sorry we weren't around last week. I had some shit going on last week, so... And,
so did I.
Also, sorry that there's not going to be a Mega Man Legends video going up this week, because Missouri has had some weather issues this week. Specifically with a tornado that came blowing through Cape Girardeau County about 2-3 days ago.
Yeah, he told me all about it on Wednesday night.
Yeah. We're fine, thank God, because it completely blew past my area. The worst we got was rain and lightning and some flickering lights and shit, but you know, this is the weather in southeast Missouri.
It's like that word you taught me. Fuggem. Fuggem. Fuggem.
Exactly. So, first things...
We got some...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, we got some good shit for you guys today.
Yeah, first off, I came across this little video because I was looking for reviews on the new Jason Statham movie, Working Man, which I saw earlier this week. Really enjoyed it, and found this video, and apparently somebody didn't enjoy it for... apparently because he doesn't understand how action movies work. So, let's...
I thought Working Man felt like a successor to Beekeeper from like a year or two ago.
It pretty much is a successor to Beekeeper. It's a Jason Statham action movie directed by David Ayer. So it is a successor to Beekeeper.
Yep.
Which is funny because we have a sequel to Beekeeper coming out. That's just entering pre-production. It was just recently announced. And it's being made by the guy who directed Nobody 2, which is coming out in August of this year.
Meanwhile, on the 25th, I'm conflicted between seeing The Accountant, or Until Dawn.
More than likely, I'm gonna go see I'm gonna go see Accountant because we got the trailer for that in front of Working Man, and I leaned over. The first thing I did when I saw it was leaned over to my mom, and I was like, "This is the closest we're ever gonna get to a Daredevil Punisher team up movie." I mean, why not? You have Affleck, you have John Bernthal, Daredevil, and the Punisher.
Yeah, the new Disney Plus show isn't exactly delivering on that team up yet.
I haven't watched it, largely because I don't know, I just haven't bothered.
Well, just be glad they didn't water it down.
Yeah, but anyways.
It is certified TVMA.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's a bonus.
I've only watched the first episode.
I've heard some mixed things about it so far.
I'm just waiting until the entire season's on there, and then I can get ad-free Disney Plus back, and then I'm gonna binge it with Lily.
There you go.
But anyway, before this turns into me spurging out, let's get back into this, shall we?
Yeah, with this gentleman who goes by Film Feeder. There's a few very obvious jokes I can make with that.
Bottom feeder, one of them.
Just over a year after Jason Statham teamed with director David Ayer for The Beekeeper, an action film best remembered for its excessive bee puns, they're back together with A Working Man, which stings in an entirely different way. Unlike The Beekeeper, which had only writer Kurt Wimmer to blame for its clumsy script, Ayer co-wrote A Working Man alongside Sylvester Stallone, who infuses the film with a highly conservative mindset that Ayer enables, crafting a film that disguises right-wing conspiracy-fueled thrills as a working-class hero narrative.
Right-wing conspiracy theory. You know, when the movie Sound of Freedom came out, and I did my review on it, there were people who were dismissing the central conflict of global human trafficking as a right-wing conspiracy theory. You know, between Jeffrey Epstein, Andrew Tate, and P. Diddy, I wasn't aware we were still classifying a very real, multi-billion-dollar-a-year criminal enterprise as just a right-wing conspiracy theory.
Have y'all not seen Taken?
I mean, human trafficking has been a thing for literal centuries, you fucking donut.
I was gonna say fucking sped, but that's funnier.
Yeah, well, I figured, you know, the guy is British. Why not just give him the Gordon Ramsay treatment, you fucking donut?
You fucking donkey.
You're gonna blow fire in your face, you fucking donkey!
Fuck off, you fat, useless sack of fucking Yankee-danky doodle shite.
Well, that one doesn't work on him because he's not American.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oops. Working class hero narrative. It's a fucking action movie. Okay, but we're only 30 seconds in. Let's see if this soup sandwich can make a compelling argument to support his claim.
One so generic that not even
it.
Statham's gruff presence can elevate it. Statham stars as former Royal Marines Commando Levin Cade, who's now a construction worker for Michael Peña's family business in Chicago. But when his teenage daughter Jenny, played by Ariana Rivas, is kidnapped by human traffickers, Levin is asked to use his military skills to find her. But what begins as a standard Taken-style mission soon spirals into a convoluted web of Russian mobsters, drug lords, crooked cops, and corrupt elites, all enemies that the blue-collar hero inevitably confronts. It's a typical Statham action film, but laced with an overwhelming dose of right-wing fear-mongering, as Ayer, in full director-for-hire mode, crafts a world of unchecked corruption that mirrors the one being demonized by certain political figures.
You mean like the one we have right now? Because Sylvester Stallone has a history of taking stories straight from the headlines and infusing them into his action narratives, like he did with First Blood and the entire Rambo series following it, like he did with Cobra, which was his version of a Dirty Harry movie, like he did with The Expendables. You fuck nugget.
I still say The Expendables is the 80s crossover of all the heroes we always wanted.
The Expendables is basically my version of the Avengers.
Never thought of it that way. Holy shit.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the of 70s, 80s, and 90s action movies, that franchise is your Avengers. Which makes the fourth Expendables movie sting even harder.
Yeah, the third one, I thought the third one was disappointing for the simple fact it was PG-13.
I didn't mind the third one as much. I mean, obviously it's better when you watch the unrated cut on Blu-ray. But honestly,
there's an unrated one?
Yeah, on the Blu-ray there's an unrated cut.
Because I think I only got the regular DVD.
Yeah, but the movie itself I didn't mind as much. I mainly liked it just for Antonio Banderas' character, and I kind of dug Glenn Powell's character. And, of course, Mel Gibson being your antagonist. I mean, that's a guaranteed gold mine, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just remember watching the first Avengers, and I mean the first Expendables right after playing. Well, around the time I first watched it for the first time, it was like a month or two after the first Black Ops came out. Because that was a thing me and my dad would always do back then. He would always buy he has a thing for a Stallone, Statham, and basically any action hero film like that. And he always our DVD. We barely have any room for our fucking DVDs, to put it lightly.
I know the feeling. I ran out of shelf space several years ago.
But if I were to take a guess, I'd say about 70 or 80% of the DVDs in this collection here I'm looking at right now are mostly Statham films. One of them has Jet Li in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he and Jet Li did do a few movies together outside of Expendables, so...
Only ones we're sorely missing are the Meg films, but we always watch those on like Hulu or Max. I don't even know where the hell they're streaming now.
Right.
But The Working Man, it's
I mean, it's a Jason Statham action. It's 2 hours of watching Jason Statham kill bitches. Then he goes, hunts down and kills some more bitches. Then he goes and hunts down and kills some more bitches, and the body count just keeps piling up. This is the kind of movie, and this is just like what I had with Beekeeper. This is the kind of movie where if this had come out in the 80s, it would have been produced by the Cannon Group, and in place of Jason Statham, you would have had somebody like Chuck Norris or Charles Bronson playing Levin Cade.
It's funny you mentioned Charles Bronson. That just makes me think in the Godzilla 1984-85, there's actually a guy in it who looks like Japanese Charles Bronson.
Nice.
And to quote Brandon Tenold, he's about to go straight Death Wish on Godzilla's ass.
Nice. But honestly, this guy seems like that kind of person who would have unironically been calling Dirty Harry a fascist film back in the 70s.
I believe it.
And probably would have written off the Death Wish sequels as right-wing propaganda when they're not. They're just Cannon Films action movies. I mean, I don't think Menahem Gold. I don't think Golan Globus was trying to push propaganda when they had Charles Bronson wielding a .30 caliber machine gun and a .475 Magnum against an army of nameless street punks in a New York City back alley. I don't think that's propaganda. I think that was just, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had Bronson with a machine gun and a big ass hand cannon killing bitches?
Literally. And isn't the Death Wish gun one of the recent Resident Evils?
Yes, I think the Wildy was in Resident Evil Village. It's an unlockable pistol.
Yeah, and I've done straight speed runs of Resident Evil 8 just with that gun alone.
When you first get it, it's grossly underpowered by firearm standards.
Yeah, I got all the guns fully upgraded, but I'll admit the infinite ammo unlock on all weapons, I got that with I fully upgraded all the weapons, and I unlocked the lightsaber special weapon, and I unlocked a lot of the other weapons. But to get the infinite ammo, I shamefully bought the merchant unlock all DLC, because no matter what I was playing through, I could not find enough gold.
Yeah. Anyways.
Sorry, spurred out again.
Ayer and Stallone pushed to such extremes that the film borders on outright propaganda.
Bullshit!
Complete with cartoonishly evil villains you'd find in a parody film.
Cartoonishly evil, so you mean villains who are supposed to be evil? Because, it's 2025 and God forbid we have villains that are just evil. why do I feel like this is the same motherfucker who would be perfectly fine, who sees absolutely nothing wrong with, like, Rings of Power and, from what I'm hearing, the new Netflix Devil May Cry portraying orcs or demons as, oh, they're just misunderstood. They're not really evil. They're just trying to survive. They're people with family. Go fuck yourself in the ear.
Yeah.
Seriously, this fucking trope of, and I blame fucking Wicked for this, okay? I blame Wicked for this, turning the fucking Wicked Witch of the West into, oh, she's not a villain, she's misunderstood. I hate this trope with a fiery fucking passion. If there is I don't mind the occasional villain where, like, you can maybe understand where they're coming from, but to have every single fucking villain be like this is just, some people are just fucking evil.
Retarded.
Some people are just evil, and you cannot fix that, and there's no sympathizing with it. So this motherfucker would probably unironically be one of those people who sees nothing wrong with Rings of Power and Netflix Devil May Cry, turning the orcs and the demons into sympathetic characters. And it's such a fucking infuriating cliche that should not exist, but it does.
Ball. Yeah.
It's just... And the only thing more retarded than it... The only thing more retarded than this trope is the people who defend it.
Exposed.
Hey man, don't talk about my family that way, not
Exposed.
I was supposed to, hey, spurting out is my job.
I mean, this show is called Weaponized Autism for a reason.
Yep.
Anyways.
While supporting characters like David Harbour's blind army veteran, dressed and acting like he voted for Gary Johnson in 2016, are framed as safe guardians for vulnerable children. But while Stallone's fingerprints are clearly all over this script, AS shares the blame for failing to dial down its blatant dog whistling, or at least present it with more subtlety. Its lack of humanity is reflected in an unstoppable lead who faces minimal personal stakes and dispatches enemies effortlessly, from outlandishly dressed gangsters to Jason Fleming's inconsistent Russian accent. Which makes the plot feel pointless, because why would he bother with elaborate schemes like posing as a drug runner when he could just bulldoze his way to the truth in minutes? His only
Because that's not always the option available. Sometimes you might have to, without any hint of subtlety, there's literally an entire fucking stretch of the movie where he poses as a fucking drug dealer to find the guy who was connected to the guy who sold his boss's daughter out to fucking sex traffickers. And it's not because he could just bulldoze his way through. He could just bulldoze his way through them. Why does he even bother trying to because that's not always the option available. Because sometimes you can't just kill your way to the top.
John Wick did.
Not everybody has to be John Wick, and not every character should be John Wick.
Yeah. That's just the living case of plot armor.
Plus, this entire movie, he's a character who doesn't want to just eviscerate everybody in his path. He's a guy who has a dark past as a Royal Marines commando, and he wants to minimize the body count as much as possible. He's not afraid to kill a motherfucker if he has to, but there is a good chunk of the movie where he is trying to avoid that. Like, Jack Reacher doesn't just murder everybody in his path. Whether it's the Tom Cruise portrayal or the Alan Ritchson version.
If you ask me, I'm still waiting for them to get to the point where they end up killing a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
I mean, John Wick doesn't just kill everybody that crosses his path. And anybody who does try to, like, there are people where he will give them options, like, you can turn around and not try this. that like 7'3" motherfucker in the library in John Wick 3. Or Common's character in John Wick 2.
Basically.
This guy's fucking getting on my nerves.
Sense of emotional depth is a custody battle for his daughter, but it's barely relevant to the plot, leaving the sole reason to care about this hero being that he's played by Jason Statham, who remains an engaging action star despite the film's shortcomings. As silly as The Beekeeper was, at least it had self-awareness and attempted something different, while A Working Man is derivative 1.5-star nonsense that's often unintentionally hilarious thanks to the weak script, yet deeply uncomfortable in its portrayal of crime and corruption that's so overblown that it makes Sound of Freedom seem restrained by comparison.
Sound of Freedom was restrained by its PG-13 rating and the fact that it was made by a Christian studio, you fucking blimp.
Somehow I knew he was going to take a crack at that movie.
1.5 star. Don't ever let this motherfucker anywhere near one of Steven Seagal's movies from the 90s. And I'm talking about the good ones, the Out for Justices and the Under Sieges and the Exit Wounds.
Or he got put in a chokehold and shit his pants.
I think that actually happened while he was making Out for Justice. It was either Out for Justice or Marked for Death. So
Sounds about right.
One of his early 90s outings. But, like, at least, like, it's just 2 hours of popcorn entertainment, and trying to read any deeper into that is just, you're shooting yourself in the foot. This is the kind of movie that, like, it's a Jason Statham action movie from a screenplay written by Sylvester Stallone. You already know what you're in for. And it's like, if you're trying to look anything deeper than that, you're gonna be scraping a shovel against fucking concrete. Anyway, we got 20 more seconds of this fucking retard.
I never thought I'd long for Statham's B-puns instead of this, but here we are. Visit the Film Feeder website to read my...
No, I will not. And you can be grateful that there is a sequel coming up, so you can enjoy you can fapt all the B puns you want, you fucking motherfucking retard.
Bed.
Speaking of speds.
Oh god. Okay. Wait, did he just say retake?
Yes, he did.
Nice moves, retake. What the fuck is that? That's fucked up.
Just Random Gamer likes the Crank movies. I've only seen Crank 1. I have not seen the second one. As far as Jason Statham goes, I'm usually more of a Transporter 1 and 2 guy. Or like, oh god, there's a couple of really good ones. He had a string of really underrated ones in the early 2010s, like Safe and Killer Elite and Homefront. That was with him and James Franco. That's the one where I got. That's the one where I got. Homefront's the one where I got this soundbite from. Just wait for it.
Are you retarded?
That clip's in my gallery.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I like all good movies. Based. Thank you, Just a Random Gamer.
Hey, welcome back, Random Gamer.
Anyways.
I got the split screen on my phone where one's top of the screen is the screen share on Discord and the other is now the live chat.
Yeah. Yes, all three of those are really good. I'm also, like we were talking earlier, I love the first 3 Expendables movies. Like, those movies are my answer to the Avengers, period.
The fourth one, though.
Yeah, fuck the 4th movie. If you want the movie Expendables 4 should have been, watch the movie Triple Threat with Tony Jaa and Iko Uwais and Scott Adkins. Anyways.
Amen.
Anyways, back to chat music.
Yep.
Bro. There's a reason that one flashes by so fast, because they knew that one's like a get in and get out. Bro. You know that one South Park game where you build your character and then you select your skin color, and if you set it to like the darkest mode you possibly can get, it's like extreme difficulty.
That's fucked up.
I think that was Fractured But Whole. The sequel to Stick of Truth, where instead of fantasy LARPing, it's superheroes. And there's a boss battle where you fight Jared from Subway.
Oh, Jesus.
He's still looking good, eating them Subway sandwiches. Hey kids, do you want some candy? And then Cartman's like, oh fuck, it's Jared. You've got both those. I have a cousin who gifted me Stick of Truth on my Steam account a while back, and I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. I
saw this meme. Speaking of Jared Fogle, I saw this meme. Oh, Just a Random Gamer says he has both of those games.
Yeah, that's what I was just responding to.
Oh, my bad.
Anyways.
But speaking of Fogle, I remember years ago in an offensive meme group I was in, I saw this where it said, hey kids, spell tuna sub backwards. That's what I'm gonna do. That's fucked up in the fucking head, bro.
Emotional, damn it! 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 Emotional.
Please tell me Jared Fogle's still in prison.
As far as I know. I mean, his life is ruined whether he's in prison or not anyway, so...
Yep. But that makes me think to your Jared Fogle video.
How's that 6-inch spicy Italian taste now?
Lily gave the side eye when you made a joke saying, and Jared likes his nice and tubby. Pee-pee. She said, she made me rewind it just so she could hear it again. She was just disappointed.
Hey, it's still funny as hell.
That's okay. She still loves you.
Moving on.
Anyways.
Man down.
Literally.
Dude, the top right corner, we gotta check it out sometime.
I think we did that on...
Things have now...
I think we might have done that one on a previous stream. I can't fully...
We probably did.
We might have. Anyway, one of the titular... One of the reasons behind the title and thumbnail of this video, good old Johnny Salami making a serious fucky wucky in a foreign nation and doing some and getting ready to do some time.
He just doesn't know when to shut the hell up or quit being a fuck up.
Nope.
Somehow got even worse for the most hated IRL streamer out in Korea, as his new charge has a mandatory prison sentence if he's convicted. And considering South Korea has a 99% conviction rate, things aren't looking too hot for him out there. It's safe to say the odds are not in his favor. So he's been a busy guy since the last criminal hearing in South Korea that we flew out to watch. Because it seems like he snapped that night before the trial, and instead of being apologetic and trying to lower his sentence, as you know, he got drunk, he insulted the judge, he insulted the prosecution, and then showed up over an hour late to his own court case drunk. Then, of course, after that, he taunted the Korean public in a photo op, which he then shouted out North Korea. He proceeded to then stalk other streamers and get new police reports filed against him, then started streaming himself, prank calling the Korean police for $5 donations. Then to end that day of streaming, he removed his clothes and went out and harassed construction workers before getting arrested. And this is all just in the span of like under 2 weeks, and then on top of that, he was also punched in the face again. So clearly, a lot of people are starting to get fed up with his antics. But unfortunately for him, the music will inevitably stop as he just keeps on getting hit with new charge after new charge because he has zero idea how to live his life without being a burden to society. And to make things worse for him, as I mentioned earlier, he's got yet another charge. Because over the last couple of years, South Korea has been making laws cracking down on deepfakes, especially the 18+ ones. And Johnny decided to distribute an 18+ deepfake for profit on his stream because he's a moron that will do anything for attention. So according to Article 14.2 in the Korean law, a person who edits, consolidates, or processes a form that can be used as sexual desire or shame, which is the intention of the person's face, body, or voice in the purpose of an anti-sentiment, he is imprisoned for 7 years or fines up to 15 million won. And you have 2, which is editorial, combined product, and price tribute under paragraph, or at the time of editing or the copy of edit in paragraph 1, even if it was not contrary to the intention of the subject, such as this video, an editorial light or replica was reversed against the intention of subjects such as the video and light. The person is sentenced to imprisonment up to 7 years or fine up to 15 million won. But this is the one that really gets him. A person who commits a sin under paragraph 2 using information and communication network against the intention of the subject, etc., shall be sentenced to more than 3 years of organic imprisonment.
And this is for a guy who broadcasted deepfake porn. Which is a massive no.
Find out.
Which is a massive no-no in South Korea. I mean, it's a massive no-no regardless, but in South Korea, I mean, wasn't it deepfake porn? I believe it was. There was one that he broadcast of him. It was like a deepfake of himself kissing a very prominent South Korean IRL streamer. I want to say at least there was at least one he might have put out that was pornographic. My memory might be extremely fuzzy on that one. I mean, this is a guy where it's like this guy just racks up charges and stupidity points like he's collecting fucking Pokemon.
Like the Karenitis video.
Yeah. Each felony.
And now we're assaulting an officer.
Yeah. Johnny Somali's going for. He spent his time in Japan acting like he's fucking Monkey D. Luffy. Well, now he's going around South Korea acting like he's the Black Ash Ketchum.
Don't give Netflix any ideas.
I mean... anyways.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, he distributed this over his live stream and potentially through his Discord server as well. So if I understand this correctly, if he's convicted, he's looking at a minimum of 3 years in prison just for this charge. And that's without everything else. Then of course, you have the 99% conviction rate in South Korea, which we stated earlier. So it's safe to say that smile on his face might be wiped soon. Because unfortunately for him, his entire shtick is to harass and annoy people and be as disrespectful as possible, all for the group of 14-year-olds who thinks he's funny. So essentially, he's alienating any sense of goodwill and leniency that he could possibly get from a judge. I have never seen anyone in my life play themselves like this person has. It's actually unbelievable at this point. But Johnny
The closest equivalent I can find is Andrew Tate repeatedly outlining in interviews, public interviews, how he ran a catfishing scheme and how he recruited cam girls for his catfishing scheme. And Johnny Somali's a retard, but at least he wasn't, as far as I know, he's not under suspicion of grooming minors.
Yeah, I'd say give it a couple more weeks.
Oh yeah, with how many with all the fuck shit that he's been racking up, it's only a matter of time before that particular charge ends up. I don't know, maybe he is just not that level of... I mean, he's still a retard, and we still should laugh at him and point at him and just be like, well, in your case, you have 2 kids, and be like, look, kids, that is an example of how you should never behave as long as you live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see that guy? Do the exact opposite of everything he is doing.
It's never too late to start picking a good college, Billy.
Or a trade.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the episode of SpongeBob where Squidward's out wearing, in front of Krusty Krab, wearing a ridiculous costume. And, yeah, I think you get the gist of it.
Yeah, I can picture. Anyways.
Yep.
He has a plan to get out of this.
What we're gonna do is we talk to, because I have 2 lawyers. I have a public defender and I have a paid lawyer that's helping us with other cases. The public defender said it's a good idea and that me and Hank are gonna go to a psychiatrist pretty soon and bring the paperwork. We go to a psychiatrist here in Korea and bring them the paperwork of that. And hopefully he said it can help my case because I am diagnosed as bipolar 2 in America, you know?
I don't think being bipolar can get you out of this one.
Nope.
So according to South Korea's Criminal Act, specifically Article 10, this addresses cases involving individuals with mental disorders. It states that if a person, due to a mental disorder, is unable to make discriminations of their control of their will, they should not be punished. If their abilities were deficient due to the disorder, the punishment should be mitigated. This is really all up to the evidence and evaluation, because it's crucial to demonstrate a clear link between an individual's bipolar disorder and the commission of the crime. It then says the court will consider specific circumstances of the case, including the nature of the crime and the degree of which the individual's mental state was affected by their bipolar disorder at the time of the offense. Even if mental illness is considered a mitigating factor, public safety and the potential recidivism are also important factors that the court must consider when determining an appropriate sentence. So to summarize, it's essential to understand that having bipolar disorder is not an automatic get-out-of-jail-free card in this criminal cases in South Korea. The legal system applies universally, and while mental health can be a factor, it doesn't automatically exempt someone from legal consequences for their actions. And again, like, his largest problem is that he has live-streamed himself for hundreds of hours. This behavior has been extremely consistent, and he's openly stated exactly why he does this.
Bro, why are you being racist to other people in other countries? Why are you bullying people in other countries? For money, like, for clout. I've said it many times.
And you can bet that's going to be used against him if he tries to play the mental illness card in court.
I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, it's not. That's never going to happen.
That's a fuck no for me, dog.
Yeah, the judge is going... Because you know, people like... You have a Tozy, you have people like this other channel, Legal Mindset, who have been documenting Johnny pretty much since he popped off in Japan. So they have access... So they probably are sitting on literal, like, probably terabytes worth of footage that they can just hand over to the South Korean government and just be like, here you go. I feel bad for the South Korean officials who would have to watch all that footage, because every time I watch this fucking clown, I can literally feel my IQ seeping through my fucking nostrils. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've already forgotten what 22 times 3 is.
66.
Thank you.
Wait, did you say thank you or fuck you?
I said thank you.
Sorry, have it.
At least one of us still hasn't lost all of his brain cells yet.
I lost it a long time ago. I'm just good at functioning over it.
Well, this guy doesn't have one. If you try, if you know that scene in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom when they're bringing out they're sitting at the table and they're bringing out the main course, which is monkey brains. If you try doing that for Johnny Somali, the only thing you'd get is dingleberry soup.
And the taste will lower your IQ.
Yeah.
And probably make you sick for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. By then, all the stupid should be fully. By then, all the fucking retardation from what passes for a brain that he has should have already wormed its way through your entire system and up into your brain to the point that you now have that. Yeah, you could actually. It turns out you could actually have like secondhand autism.
Well, now I feel like I have to apologize to my wife.
The dead silence that you came right after I said that is just beautiful. Hey, the show is called Weaponized Autism for a reason.
Well, it's a good thing she's at work and the kids are asleep.
Yeah.
Well, napping. Well, one of them's probably going to be up in the next 45 minutes or so opening a cookie, and it's like, not until after dinner.
Yeah.
Our gentle parenting works, but you look at these other examples of gentle parenting, and it's like, dude, just throw a chair back.
Johnny Somali's an example of... He's either an example of gentle parenting or he's a product of heavy metal. Not because he listens to that genre of music, but because he ate too much lead paint in his childhood.
Isn't that like one of the most, like the second most poisonous household poison?
Possibly.
Because you remember because speaking of lead, when we were talking on our stream, one of our recent streams, actually no, it was more like a year or two ago. We were talking. We looked at the Danger Dolan banned toys list, and apparently the lead was in the vinyl, not the paint, so they wouldn't take the Hannah Montana cards off the shelf. And it's like, thanks, Miley Cyrus.
I doubt she had a say in what materials those were made out of.
Yeah, but people like to blame Miley Cyrus.
Well, they should blame Disney for probably having them mass-produced in a Chinese sweatshop.
Sounds about right.
Anyways.
I don't give a... I have no morals. I'm a sociopath. I don't give a...
No shit.
At all. Like, period. Like, put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a... Like, I care about nobody but my f***ing self.
It's like, dude, this is going to be really hard to argue in court. But then, of course, people who are around him, they think that he'll be able to leave within a month.
It sounds like within a month, though, you could be out of here.
It is a possibility.
Boom.
It is a possibility.
I mean, like, if everything goes well with the thing, then it should just kind of be resolved, and you should be able to... You've got your passport still, so you
It's
should,
right here.
yeah, you should be able to just kind of dip that.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Okay, this guy has to be trolling him, right? There is no way he isn't trolling him with that comment. Because from everyone who I've spoken to who understands Korean law, they believe this is basically impossible. There's clearly a lot of pressure for a sentence here, and I don't even think they're finished hitting the guy with criminal charges. And then to make things even worse for him, streaming has become more challenging for him out there because, as I mentioned earlier, he was punched again recently. And then in the same stream, he also had to flee because the other guy who punched him first, I guess, in Korea, found him.
Jail is coming.
Oh, we gotta get that Out here. Go. Oh, that one. No fight. Peace. No fight. Talk. No fight. No fight. Peace. I say stop the still. Yun. I'm worried about. Out. Please help me. Out. I love you. Chingu. Dagun chingu. Come. Come with me now. Come. Taxi.
So he then ran away and came back to the guy making the documentary on him and
Just walk away, officer. Just let the dumb fucking 5'2", 120 pounds soaking wet American with the just let the mouth with feet take his licks. Just walk away, officer. Nobody would blame you if you did.
I take comfort knowing I'm taller than Johnny Somali.
You and me both, because I'm 5'8".
I'm 5'9".
Yeah.
Give or take 5'8 and a half.
Well,
and even Lily's taller than him. She's like 5'3".
I think my mom is 5'3". I think one of my sisters is 5'4". So,
Is Raimi tall? Because I never met her, but she seemed to be the tall one.
my oldest sister, I think she is in fact 5'4". I mean, she's close enough to my eye level.
Yeah, because the only one I met is your mom.
Yeah, both of my sisters should be like 5'4", 5'5". So, we're all tall. The moral of the story is we're all taller than Johnny Salami.
Amen.
told them, hey, we got to get a taxi and run.
You talked to Dagoon? What did he talk to you?
No, he wouldn't speak English.
He said Korea. I'm telling you, you're going viral. You're going viral. Let's go.
One sec. Let me.
No, we gotta go taxi now, Alice. That is dangerous. I tell you.
You're fine.
Then I guess to make things even worse for him, it now seems like Hank is asking for donations to continue to fund Johnny's life. Because here on Telegram, Hank apparently said, legal fees are very taxing for me. If anyone wants to help out with legal fees, please donate. Also, Johnny has a travel ban. Korea doesn't let him work and doesn't give any support. Johnny is out of money now, and I'm supporting him. There is no choice. He will starve if I don't. Dude, this is the most self-inflicted situation ever. It's safe to say things are just really not going their way, and their entire response is essentially this. Like, it's all a front. Like, all of this is just this. I mean, they couldn't be coping harder for the terrible situation that Johnny put them in, all for just a little bit of internet attention and next to no money. And obviously, now he's getting prison time as well. Congratulations, moron, you completely played yourself. But his next trial date is set for April 7th, if I remember correctly, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Although, from what I know, he's just showing up to enter another plea for the fourth charge that his lawyer asked for an extension on. But I mean, who knows? The guy might turn the trial into a circus show as well. I'm assuming they'll ask for more time to figure out what they're going to do with that fifth charge, as it's a way more serious one. But he's also kind of already given us the game plan there. So I guess only time will tell how that pans out for him, but either way, we'll be covering it, as this is just a fascinating case of someone destroying their own life for some basic internet attention. So hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
So Jack Doherty.
Oh, that's okay, Kason. We'll just keep running on.
Fuck this shit.
Oh, there you go. I mean, that face is enough to say to make me say it.
I was more referring to my microphone deciding to have a freaking seizure. But yeah, I'm sorry, but I just can't take Broccoli Top seriously here, especially those fucking lips, man.
He has a potato face, except potatoes are actually useful.
Face reveal, the guy at the beginning of your Welcome to Raccoon City review.
Close enough.
Alright, who we got? Jamari. Good old Jamari.
Yeah, I mean, Atozi did also do a video on this situation, but I figured I would put Jamari's video in here just to kind of break it up a little bit.
Yeah, to balance it out.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
So Jack Doherty is someone who we have talked about from time to time, and during our coverage of him, he's never really been a good person. He harasses random people out in public. He has a massive ego that makes him think that he can do and say whatever he wants. He is reckless with other people's lives. He has scammed countless people with rug pulls on multiple occasions. And overall, he is a huge cancer to the streaming community. And honestly, I blame Dr. Phil for most of this. But now it does finally look like karma is coming around for Jack's big old bobblehead, as he is losing everything in his life, including his income and his relationship with the OFGF, to the streaming community. And honestly, I blame Dr. Phil for most of this.
I don't. I blame Jack's parents, because shitty parents create shitty kids. And shitty kids become a burden, grow up to be shitty adults who become a burden for the rest of us.
Just put the fries in the bag, bro. That's all I have to say about Jack Doherty.
Exactly.
But now it does finally look like karma is coming around for Jack's big old bobblehead, as he is losing everything in his life, including his income and his relationship with the OFGF that he pimps out. Now this man-child is absolutely spiraling and really questioning his entire existence. For those of you that don't know, I do believe that Jack and this girl McKinley have been together for around the last 2 years. And I do think that during that time, he was the one to kind of put her on the map, and he essentially enabled her to become yet another OF millionaire, while he likely collects some sort of residuals on the side. Here is where he would officially announce to the stream that they would be breaking up, but at first he does still seem optimistic about their future.
You guys notice anything? Is anyone home? Hello? I'm alone. I don't know if I should talk about this, but McKinley's out cheating. No, she's not. McKinley's going back to her parents' house in Vegas because we got in an argument, so that's really what's happening.
And Jack might try and play it cool at first for the next 4 minutes of this video, but you guys will quickly see how fast reality just straight up punches him in the face.
Nice.
It's not just a nice little jab, nah, this guy gets falcon punched.
If the captain is Leon, I would kill myself.
I seriously doubt they would. I mean, Austin Abrams is apparently locked in as one of the leads for Zach Krager's Resident Evil movie. A lot of people on Twitter were automatically assuming he was Leon, but time will tell.
Yeah, I already know how you are about speculation.
Yeah. I think it's retarded.
Basically.
Yeah.
But hopefully within the next hopefully by at least September or October of this year, by the time we revisit the old Resident Evil movies, we'll know some more information.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about Zach Krager as a director because I've never watched any of his stuff. I've never seen Barbarian. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I tend to avoid movies that the horror community is propping up because most of them tend to be kind of like pretentious drivel, in my opinion.
I mean, Barbarian wasn't bad, but Justin Long is one of those actors I can't really take seriously because of Jeepers Creepers.
I can't take him seriously because of Die Hard 4.
Yeah, doesn't he play like McClane's son or something?
No, he's this geeky hacker dude that McClane needs help from to stop Tim Oliphant from collapsing the American system.
Oh, okay.
No, McClane's son was in the 5th one, and he was played by Jai Courtney.
Who?
Jai Courtney. He was the guy who played. Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad.
Gotcha.
And also played Kyle Reese in Terminator Genesis.
See, I don't want to acknowledge any of the Terminator movies after T2.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, Terminator only has one sequel. Everything that came after it is a dequel.
Just fan fiction.
I know Terminator Salvation has its fans, and in fairness, I actually have not seen Salvation. I have seen Terminator 3, and I have seen Terminator Genesis, and they have their moments, but they do not live up to the standard of T1 and 2. Period.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for a future film, Salvation wasn't bad, but the base film is PG-13, so...
Yeah, and I did see Terminator Zero, that Netflix series that went up, I think, last year. It's alright. I mean, I don't know why they brought on Tim Oliphant to voice the Terminator, considering he barely has any dialogue across 8 episodes. And most of them he doesn't have any dialogue at all.
Who?
Tim Oliphant.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason they hired him to voice the Terminator in Terminator Zero.
Yeah, isn't he the guy who went, Billy's mother? In Scream 2?
Yeah, he was one of the killers in Scream 2. I think that was one of his earliest gigs, because not too long after that he played Seth Bullock on Deadwood.
Yeah. First thing I remember seeing him in was the Crazies remake.
First thing I remember seeing him in was Die Hard 4. And then I think Hitman, the 2007 Hitman movie, which I actually like. Even though it's a Luc Besson action movie, I personally enjoy it.
What'd you think of Agent 47, the 2015 one?
That was not a Hitman movie. That was a transporter movie with an R rating that they slapped the Hitman logo onto. The Tim Oliphant movie from 07 was more Hitman than that movie was.
Well, for one, it was actually called Hitman.
And at least that movie felt like Agent 47's movie. It didn't feel like half the time he was just a supporting character in some other character's movie. And at least Tim Oliphant looked like 47.
Mm-hmm. Do you think James Bond would be able to survive the Hitman?
Yes, but he'd have a hell of a time. He would have a hell of a time warding off 47.
007 versus 47. That rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
And that also makes me think, why is that not a death battle yet?
Right? Yeah. Oh god, yeah. That absolutely should be a death battle.
Probably be more entertaining than Leon versus Frank West.
Yeah. I'd watch that.
No, that's already a thing on there. The Leon versus Frank West.
I was saying I'd watch a 47 versus James Bond.
Yeah. Okay, my bad.
Anyways.
Yep.
Literally nothing. It was the dumbest argument ever, and it turned into the biggest argument ever. It literally just started because I wanted her to just wake up earlier in the morning because I sleep in so much, and I used to wake up at 8 a.m. Shape her up good too, and I want us to just be on our shit because we're so blessed to live the lives we have, and I want to keep living it.
The fire alarm beeping to change the battery while you're talking about how lazy you've become. It's just so poetic that it almost hurts. Personally, it is my opinion that Jack is using several substances damn near every day. That's likely why he probably can't get no sleep, and why he can't be on some sort of strict regimen.
Her plan all along was to get her made back and break up. No, it wasn't, guys. She's honestly like the best girl ever, but I just think sometimes we need to settle our differences better.
And watch how quickly his tone is about to change, guys. Because the viewer saying that she only wanted Jack for his money and his ability to buy her cars and expensive jewelry and expensive bags, yeah, he might have been onto something.
Better content you by yourself. obviously, but I make a lot of sacrifices for her because, you know, I love her and wish she saw that a little more, but she is super appreciative. I don't want to say anything bad about her. I love her, and she's my girlfriend. That's why I've been with her for the past 2 years.
Yeah, I'm sure an OF girl and an IRL streamer are meant to be together forever. Sounds like a match made in hell to me.
That's like a celebrity. That's like an even more retarded version of the celebrity marriage.
I'm sorry, but she is too pretty for his ugly ass.
I don't understand why he wouldn't make the connection that maybe she was just using him to build her platform. And I don't want to make it sound like I feel bad for this guy, because I absolutely 100% don't.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about Doherty.
I mean, dude, you did this to yourself. When you decided...
Crypto scams, being a pussy in fights, pretty sure there was a little racism here and there.
Grooming girls into OnlyFans.
Crashing a McLaren and being on your phone on camera.
I mean, just the OnlyFans stuff alone is just disgusting, is repulsive to me.
YouTube should have terminated his channel right after, when that came out. And also when he crashed his McLaren and nearly killed his passenger.
I love how he's doing this on Party now, because he's still, I think he got banned from Kick again.
Yeah, and didn't he have like a complete meltdown over it?
He did. He full on spurred out over it. And it's like, dude, you do it to yourself.
It's like recently when Ben Select made a video about Charlie trying to get a response, but Charlie isn't giving him the time of day.
Understandably so.
Yeah, Ben Select has like 3 million subscribers, but he only gets like between 1,000 or 3,000 views on each short or video now.
I just realized my face cam is covering Jamari's face. Let me fix that a little bit.
I don't see your face cam on the screen share.
Well, that's because I have the stream set to windowed mode. In OBS, I have the OBS set to window capture. Okay, I just realized that my face cam has been covering Jamari, so, and it probably was the last time we did a video on we reacted to a Jamari video.
Pretty much.
Apologies, Tan Superman.
All I know is that when I had it muted in the background on my TV, when I made that Jared Bogle joke, you literally had to stand up and walk away.
Yeah.
That's how I know I told a funny joke.
Anyways.
Yep.
I think I just didn't like feeling like everyone around me was doing nothing. I kind of just crashed out. That's not really how it is. There's a lot of other moving pieces, but like, at the end of the day, it's not something we can't overcome. It's just like a little fight that blew out of proportion and turned into something that I wasn't in. Yeah, gotta learn from it, you know?
Oh my god, Jacqueline. You're definitely about to learn your lesson, buddy.
Now we just gotta probably take a few days apart and learn to appreciate each other again. You know, sometimes you just need some space. She's going back to her parents for a couple days and...
Can the motherfucker please just stop playing with his hair for one damn second? As a matter of fact, that mop up on his head just keeps getting worse and worse as he ages. This dude is rocking back and forth. You know he's on some shit, guys.
When is her plan to come back from vacation?
Yeah, he might be doing some of that Bolivian nasal dust, some of that booger sugar.
Are we not allowed to say CRACK?
I mean, I was just gonna ask, do you want to build a snowman, but...
Do you want to build a snow? No.
Yes, but Kevin Feige won't let us. Anyways.
That just makes me think to that one meme of Will Smith putting his gun to the keyhole of a door while Anna puts her mouth on it going, "It doesn't have to be a snap," and Will Smith pulls the trigger and then it shows a kid on a tablet in a car screaming at it.
I think I put on the wrong Frozen movie.
Only the first time.
Yeah.
Those sketchy links, man, they'll get you.
Yeah.
Vegas. Right now,
Those sketchy links, man.
I'm sure it'll be a couple days. You know, we love each other, and I don't think a little fight is gonna separate us. You know, it's like we really just bought a house together. It's like.
Pay attention to what he says right there. We bought a house together because it's going to come up later in this video. Also, they're not going to get back together in about 3 days. Trust me.
I'm sure this time will part where
spoiler alert.
Teach us to appreciate each other more, and I'm sure we'll miss each other in no time. I already miss her. You know, I was like, get the fuck out, and she was like, I'm fucking leaving. But I missed her like right when she left. Like she literally left. We were like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And as soon as she drive off, I was like, oh, I'm sad now. It's like, goddamn.
And as much as this guy smiles and tries to like joke around about this situation, that is not healthy behavior for a healthy, well-adjusted couple. Like, yes, everyone's obviously going to have disagreements from time to time, but when you're throwing around that type of language to each other, it just shows a serious lack of maturity. And it's honestly funny to see how cocky he still is, like, oh, I still got her on the line. She's still gonna come crawling back to me. You know, I made her a millionaire, guys. No, Jacqueline, that's not how it's gonna work, buddy.
But I think we just need time to cool off. And we're mature. We will.
You're not mature, bro. Here comes reality, guys. Just wait.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Wash that hair. I'm surprised there aren't insects crawling around on his shit.
Could be as soon as a week, no longer than 4 weeks. I don't think it'll be 4 weeks. I think it'll be like 3 days.
It's gonna be a lifetime, brother.
Think she don't want to be around these Lambos? I'm kidding. That's not any other reason. I'm joking. I don't want her seeing this and be like, fuck, like, yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, in every little joke there is some truth. He keeps saying like, oh, pretty much the illusion that she's only with him for the money. And he's going to be pretty explicit about that viewpoint here in a second. So here is where the ex-girlfriend McKinley actually shows up with some police force just to collect the rest of the belongings from the house.
All the cops on me to get all her stuff out. Insane. Like, what the
I mean, how is it that insane? She's doing exactly what she told you she was going to do. Just because you had a different assumption about how this would all unfold doesn't mean that she doesn't have the right to do this.
Me and McKinley just broke up. She just called the cops on me, packed all her shit, took her fucking car, everything. Insane. Insane, bro.
Yeah, so pretty much she's finally done with the clown. Something tells me that she had wanted to do this for quite a long time, and then she finally got the courage to bite the bullet.
I can't believe...
Yeah, because she's built up her OF platform. Now she's a millionaire. She don't need your stank ass anymore.
Typical thought.
So yeah, she's jetting.
Like I just said, typical thought.
That would make Doherty's brain an empty thought bubble.
I see what you did there.
Oh.
And I know what I'm talking about when it comes to thoughts. Keep in mind, I went to Sangamon Valley High School.
Ooh.
Exposed.
Yeah, hey, there were thoughts. I'm sure there were thoughts at your school in Riverton as well.
Exposed.
Yeah.
Exposed.
Where Lily is the only one I knew around high school, around the time I was in high school, who wasn't a fucking thought. Like, she was the only freshman/sophomore when I was there who wasn't out partying or doing fucking booger sugar.
Or the devil's lettuce.
No, me and her were doing plenty of that when we were first together. St. Patrick's Day 2018, we were watching the Leprechaun movies while high as shit.
I mean, is there any other way to watch the Leprechaun?
Nope.
Anyways.
If I dated that bitch for the past 2 years, bro, it doesn't even seem real. Don't even know her. It's insane. Like, evil, bro. She's been plotting this shit for a minute. This bitch used me for fucking money. For real.
No shit.
It's just so funny how quickly his tune changed. He was saying, oh, we're so in love, this is only gonna last a couple of days. She's not a gold digger, she wasn't with me for the Lambo, she wasn't with me for the money. Well, now all that shit's out the window a couple hours later.
I never thought it would be possible, but it's obvious. It's like no flips like that in 24 hours, change their passwords to absolutely everything, calls the cops to me to take all their shit.
How do you guys feel about partners having the password to each other's phones and like their social media accounts? Because for me, it just feels like a lack of privacy. Like, do you not trust me enough? How about those weird couples who actually share Facebook accounts? Like, what the fuck is going on there?
And like that.
I have my own thought on joint Facebook accounts, but I don't know if I should actually voice it out loud on stream.
Huh?
I have my own thoughts on a joint Facebook accounts, but I don't know if I should voice them on stream.
Me and Lily are about to have one. She keeps deactivating hers because it keeps getting blocked out of it, and it's like I'm about to just say, I can change the name if I want. I'll just say fucking K-Dog and Lily. Fuck it.
I mean, that's fair enough. But, I mean, there's going to be exceptions to the rule.
I mean, first time we did, I just put Kaysen and Lily Newman. N in place of and. Because if you try to put Kaysen, if I were to put Kaysen and Lily, it would say, please use your username. Fuck you, Facebook. You can suck my ass through a coffee stirrer with that bullshit.
Anyways.
Sorry, I took your joke.
Anyways.
Like, who the fuck does that after I've done everything for this girl for the past 2 years? I've done more for this girl the past 2 years than I've done for my mom the whole fucking life. And I'm a fucking millionaire. That's what's sad about that. It's like, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this girl. I've spent 800 days in a row with this girl. And this is how I get fucking treated. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, buddy, just because you're a millionaire doesn't mean some person has to stay with you for the rest of their life. And just a word of advice, when you constantly throw in your financial status and the gifts you've given someone in their face, after a while they're going to begin to resent your money and think you're a huge douchebag.
You do everything for a girl and she calls the cops on you to come pack her shit? Like, what the fucking are you shitting me?
Yeah, live streaming your Crashout will never not be hilarious.
All of her shit's fucking gone. All of her shit. All over. Oh, she left that. Stupid bitch. No, I'm kidding. But.
And I like how this guy just has one viewer throughout this whole thing. All they say is, hello, Jack.
She didn't even try to talk to me before. She just called the cops on me and said I'm gonna go get all her shit and took everything. Her Maybach, her Birkin. Can't believe this happened. The cops are just.
So he's getting just as many views on Party as I get on my live streams on YouTube. Oh, hold up. Wow.
At least we have just a random gamer to keep us company.
Yep.
What just happened?
Yeah. Hey. I appreciate just having one viewer on these streams. I appreciate if just one person is watching any of my videos or watching our streams at a time, I consider that a success.
Hey, man. So I'm pretty sure Lily is shaking her head at us right now.
If she was, the view count would be at 2.
Yep. Probably.
But anyways.
Yep.
At my house for the past 30 minutes.
And I wanted to actually show you guys the interaction that he did have with the police. But before we get to all the bad decisions that Jack's about to make, I did want to tell you guys about a great decision that you at home can make with today's video sponsor, Sundays for Dogs. Now, I already know that all you have to do is go to sundaysfordogs.com/Jamari or simply use my code Jamari at checkout. So give a dog you love a chance to try Sundays at 50% off and watch how much they truly enjoy it. Alright, so the police accompanied this girl McKinley to go get her stuff from the house.
Don't remind me that I still have your driver's license.
So he continues to pursue her. He's saying, are you for real? Is this real life?
Yup.
Trying to hold her by the waist. Her body language clearly says she wants nothing to do with him. I mean, maybe it has something to do with the fact that he's dressed like a fucking 6th grader. Like, I'm pretty sure this guy's wearing Minecraft shorts right here.
You wouldn't answer. You called the cops before you talked to your boyfriend? Are you kidding me? Like, how the fuck are you doing that? Oh, you wouldn't answer me, bro.
Yeah, like, slow down so I can be with you.
You gotta get out of my house. I didn't say you can come in.
She's letting us in.
She doesn't own this house. I didn't say you can come in my house.
Her address is
I don't
on
care.
here. She's a resident here.
I don't care. You guys are not allowed in my house.
We're not here to help.
And that is the callback that I made earlier in the video when he literally said, we bought this house together.
We literally just bought a house together. It's like...
But now the police showed up, he wants to exercise his power, and he pretty much wants to have her alone up in that room.
You guys aren't allowed in my house. She's sorry.
She lives here.
Who gave you...
She did.
She doesn't own this house.
Yeah,
Bro,
get
you
fucked,
called
Jack.
the cops on me in my own fucking house after I've done everything for you.
Because you didn't threaten me, Dad.
I didn't threaten you, bro.
The plot thickens.
Do me a favor. Can you stay over there?
Yeah, you're in my house. That's just fucking crazy. McKinley, what the fuck are you doing?
I want to know why they're streaming this.
Is that even an actual fucking cop?
It is that woman in the background is in fact a police officer because she did have the cops come in to be present while she gets her stuff out. I mean, this footage we're watching is shot on somebody else's phone. I assume it's one of Jack's nut huggers.
Like one of Missy's testicle wart friends follow him around.
Yeah, one of his meat riders. Because police body cam footage doesn't look like this. This footage is obviously shot by somebody who doesn't know that you're supposed to shoot video in landscape mode instead of portrait mode.
I just can't get over this shit.
But I wouldn't expect a member of Jack Doherty's inner circle to know that.
I wouldn't either because, well, I think at this point the only audience he has is children. Children who don't know any better about the dark shit behind the scenes.
Pretty much.
Huh?
Pretty much.
Then again, I feel like the same can be said about Bentelek's audience.
For a lot of these types of people.
Shout out to the ones who don't turn to the dark side, like Atozi, Penguin Zero,
Jamari,
that one bald guy who rages about Tyrone.
Alan Roberts. Oh, he hasn't talked about Tyrone the fitness addict in a while. His current targets are the fat acceptance movement.
Bam.
Which, I mean, I'm overweight and I'm not proud of being overweight, but you know, promoting morbid obesity is just sick.
Referred to as That's a Biggin video.
Yeah. Freaking Shrek looking ass.
Okay, now that's an insult to Shrek.
Fat bastard from Austin Power looking ass. Just straight up.
Why is that what I imagine whenever Walter the Puppet talks about his wife?
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! I'm bigger than you, I'm higher in the food chain! Get in my belly!
Terminus at the end of season 4 Walking Dead.
Exactly.
Get in my belly!
But hey guys, it's only gonna be a little 3-day thing. They just had a little spat. I mean, when she brings the homegirl with her to pick up her stuff, it's all over but the crying Jacqueline. And the poor dog, man, he doesn't even know that he's about to lose his mom. Probably the only person that treats him right. Gotta live the rest of his life with frickin' Jack.
Dude, who the f*** is this bitch? You get the f*** out of my house. Yeah, stay the f*** out of my house. Yeah, get out. Stay, tell her to get the f*** out of the house. Not deadass. Get this stupid ass bitch out of here.
Yeah, so that was the interaction he had with the cops. Clearly, the girl just kind of came to get her stuff, and she doesn't really seem interested in hearing him out, and definitely not getting back together like he thought they would.
I'm so pissed. I'm fuming.
You love to see it, guys. And then
Bruh.
I guess he meditates or does something in the bathroom for the next couple minutes because the stream just goes dark.
Like, I thought everything was okay.
I can take a wild guess of what he was doing in the bathroom, and I don't think it was meditating. Unless he was meditating in the Trevor Phillips way.
Insert booty pipe clip. I can't bap. I can't bap.
I need to meditate. Nor masturbate. Nor both.
Meditate, masturbate, tomato.
Pretty much.
It's like when your fortune cookie tells you to stop waiting, treat yourself to a good time, stop waiting for someone else to do it. And it's like, did my fortune cookie just tell me to masturbate?
I mean, this guy is an OnlyFans pimp, or was an OnlyFans pimp at one point. I don't know if he still is, but that probably is his form of meditation.
Or stimulation.
That too.
Okay, instead of talking to me, this bitch has been plotting the
Well,
past
you might as well
24
get
hours. She
familiar
takes
with
all
Pamela
over.
Henderson.
Do what?
You might as well get familiar with Pamela Henderson.
Pamela Henderson.
Yep. Hey.
Her passwords
Hey. You made that joke too.
to all of her social media accounts that I blew the fuck up because she's my fucking girlfriend. Like, the
I mean, all these things that he's complaining about, she is perfectly within her rights to do. I mean, having all of your girlfriend's social medias on your phone and seeing what she's doing on there, whether you were her business partner or not, which he was really just like her e-pimp, does not seem like a sign of a healthy relationship to me.
evil, bro. She's been plotting. She used me the past 2 years to. I can't believe I'm so mad. This is like the last actual real person I thought I had in my life. 24 hours gone like that. Like, dead ass just straight up used me. Like, that's what it seems like.
And that's because nothing in your life is real, Jack. I mean, I will say that I do think that doing this IRL streaming can make a person really unhealthy, especially if they're already prone to, having mental issues. Oh, it's just gonna do you in. The constant feedback with the chat, the feeling like you need to constantly entertain them, it's just not good for most people. We've seen it time and time again.
I thought I knew her, but I guess I fucking don't. She's changed me so much, and I fucking make so many sacrifices.
Look no further than the Crashout Ice Poseidon's been going through when he was in Japan and now into South Korea, when he was crashing out over having an argument with his girlfriend and just refusing to stop the stream because for whatever reasons, we want to stream all 100 days in Japan. You couldn't even make it to fucking 50, I think.
Yeah, good luck in that. Good luck going down that route.
Sacrifices for her. You guys seen. I sacrificed my content for this girl. I made her my business. I put all my time into her. And she doesn't get that. And she's just very unappreciative to me. I've done the world for her. And
Well, yeah, you can do everything for someone. You can apparently give them the entire world, but that still does not mean that they have to be with you. They're not your fucking prisoner because you provide for them financially.
you deserve better. I agree. That's insane. It's like
He's like 12-year-old from across the world in my chat. You were absolutely right.
everything, bro. She took all of her shit. She probably took everything. It's not. She left a lot of shit on. She was picking and choosing. I guess she gotta come back. She probably wanted to stop. No, I'm kidding.
Brother, she obviously does not want to come back. I think she wanted to spend as little amount of time as she could back in that house. And if
I don't
she's
blame
really
her.
rich like that, is she really going to give a fuck about small material possessions? Now that she doesn't have to pay you that alleged residual, I'm sure she's going to have some extra cash. I mean, she could probably buy her own place, buy her own cars, really do whatever she wants.
Yeah, whatever clothes she may have left behind in that house, she can very easily replace with her OF money. So it's like she probably just grabbed the essentials and just booked.
At least she's not stuck up to take. At least she's not stuck up enough to take everything.
Yeah, I can't say that I feel bad for her of having to live with him because she made her choice, and and she chose to spend 2 years in a relationship with this soup sandwich when I listen to him for 30 seconds and I just want to fuse his face with a sidewalk. In GTA 5, in GTA Online, YouTube, relax.
That makes me think to the one death scene in Final Destination 3 where the girl, they're stuck in the tanning beds because of death, and the girl, it gets so hot in the fucking tanning bed that the girl wearing goggles, her goggles melt and fuse to her eyeballs, causing intense pain.
I never liked those movies.
But still, I don't either, but still, you gotta admit, that sounds fucking painful and like a fucking punishment.
Yeah, I never liked those. I look at those movies the same way I look at the Saw movies, where it's like, I don't see the appeal.
Pointless torture porn.
Yeah, in Saw's case, in Final Destination's case, it's just what other impossible Rube Goldbergian kill can we concoct? And each one more ridiculously elaborate than the last.
Yeah, the only reason I'm going to go see the new one next month is because of fucking Tony Todd.
I mean, that's fair.
Because that's probably his last fucking film role ever.
It might have been the last one he ever filmed.
Yeah, because I'm just having flashbacks to when we lost Lance Reddick a couple years ago, and it's like, well, who's going to replace... Wait, who? I think I'm trying to think who it was. I think it might have been like Keith Richards or somebody. I can't remember who. But someone replaced Lance Reddick in Destiny.
Keith Richards? The guitar player for the Rolling Stones?
I mean, Keith David. There's a lot of black Keiths, okay?
Jeez, Keith Richards.
Exposed.
I will hang up.
Exposed.
Okay, fine. Keith David. Can we move on?
Yes, let's.
Took everything I've done for the past 2 fucking years. Like, used me to make $500 grand a month and then changed her passwords and left. I can't believe my own girlfriend just fucked me over.
I mean, honestly, this dude put himself in position to fuck himself over. Like, if I got someone to the point where they're making $500 grand a month, I need it written in some sort of contract that I'm at least gonna get some sort of percentage of that in perpetuity, like even if we break up. But Jacqueline clearly did not cover all his bases, and I guess he thought they were truly in love. He's just pacing around, guys. That Adderall is somewhere talking to him like the fucking Green Goblin mask. Well, and the other thing...
Yes! Hey, look at this way, Jack. What you're going through right now, most successful guys only go through when they're in their, 70s or 80s, when they're on death's door.
You're getting it out of the way early, Fuggin.
Yeah, you're still in your, early 20s. You're learning the hard lesson right now. You've still got a good... 50, 60 years to to keep an eye out for that as a concern.
Just wait till he runs out of money, then the real battle begins.
Yes, guys, I don't think that Jack is making very much money off streaming right now. I know he has a deal with this app called Party, which is way down the totem pole when it comes to streaming platforms. And if she was his cash cow, she was the way he was still living this lifestyle, and she's gonna pull all that away from him, I find that absolutely hilarious. Again, he goes dark, I don't know, maybe he's over there meditating.
Bro, this is insane.
He shows the video of the interaction with the cops.
I probably spent $1 million on this. Not only that, I spent 2 years of my life loving this girl who, in the middle of this time, I had the most going on for myself. I fucking hate her friend, I'm sorry. Who is her friend? And why the f*** is she here the one day she has to move out of my house? Who the f*** is that? Why have I never met her ever?
I mean, obviously she showed up with some support and also the police to make sure he wasn't gonna do no wacko bullshit. I mean, I'm no mental health professional, but everything about this guy does not, like, scream mentally healthy to me.
Who the is this bitch manipulating my girlfriend? Like,
No, this kid's been doing content creation since he was like fucking 12 years old. This has pretty much been on the online influencer space has pretty much been his entire life. For at least half as long as he's been alive. So no, he's not in a mentally well state. Being online like that, being constantly online like this, as someone who used to be terminally online, it warps your perception of the world around you. In an unhealthy degree. Like, we're not supposed to be this much online for such an extended period of time.
Yeah, he was raised on the internet like Mizzy was.
Just, dude, for once, put down the phone, stop broadcasting your fucking life, step away from the internet for like a day or two or a week or a month or a year. I don't know why I'm giving you advice, because I really don't like you as a person.
You give a fuck less.
Maybe I don't know.
I mean, I could easily pick him up by his ankles and clean my toilet with his hair.
He is somebody who has never experienced the soul-crushing humiliation of being given a wedgie in public.
Or a swirly.
Or both at the same time.
Oh.
That's a combination.
A burning asshole and a fucking almost near drowning experience. That's definitely a combo right there.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
This shit is wild.
Yes.
what the is happening here? Where the fuck is, like, who the, what the fuck, where is it? I can't believe it. I've done everything for this, and that's how I get treated. What a fake ass, bro. You guys don't even realize, don't even know the full story. After, you guys have to realize how lucky any bitch is.
No woman that has this on her name on Google, Jack Doherty's wife, will ever be considered lucky to me, homeboy.
There's no other one-year-old trillionaire. No, okay, none of that matters. It has nothing to do with money. It's like the fact that I can. No other shit to live this life that she has. All she has to do is be grateful, positive, and appreciative. And that's all I ask of her. She spends.
This is like the actual reality after you get all that advice from those dumbass red pill guys. Like, oh, I make all the money, I should call the shots, she should just be my slave. And it's like, dude, that's not how life actually works. People actually have emotions, they actually have free will. I know it might be shocking to some of y'all, but just because you live a rich lifestyle doesn't mean that some woman's gonna stay with you through absolutely everything, unless she has very low sense of self-worth.
Ungrateful, miserable,
pretty much.
Just in bed, bro. She sleeps all day, dog. And I'm sick of it.
Well, you set her up to be like that, bro. She's an OF girl. What else does she have to do besides get on camera for 5 minutes and show her ass? You set up this entire thing, dummy.
Literally! You did this! You created this!
Exposed, 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 exposed.
That's like when the first Death Star is about to be destroyed and Palpatine is whining and bitching and one of Stormtroopers just says, "Just shut up, boss. You did this yourself."
You created the situation. Ignore that beeping in the background if you guys can hear it. I started my dishwasher before the stream.
Yeah, we finally got ours replaced.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no, I don't mean I got remarried.
Yeah, no.
Oh god, I'm definitely dead for that one.
That reminds me of a Jeff Foxworthy bit where he says he was talking to a guy who thinks loading the dishwasher means getting your wife drunk.
Oh. Mom, I think our dishwasher's broken. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Nope, they look fine to me. My funeral is this Saturday. She can get it ready in a day, trust me.
Anyways.
Kill me in a sheer fucking rage and then cry at my funeral.
How does she expect her life to get better? Exactly. It's like there's no other guy in the world that's gonna fucking treat her better than me.
And I don't know, it's kind of crazy to call someone lazy when they're making $500,000 a month, but what do I know?
Bro, when I met this girl, I was making $1.5 million a month. Now, I'm making probably a tenth of that. Like, what the happened?
And I bet he's not even making a tenth of that anymore now that he's lost the best chick on his roster. As a matter of fact, I hope all the OF girls that he had recruited and was allegedly taking these residuals from have all left him by now, because he likely did some shoddy paperwork or had some sort of spit handshake agreement, so let's hope they all wised up. I mean, screw this guy.
So I built this girl for the past 2 years. I've done everything for her. I've changed her life. I made her a multi-millionaire. She makes $500,000 a month. It's like I've sacrificed everything for this girl, bro. My whole business for her, bro. I stopped working with other girls because of my girlfriend, because she gets mad when I talk to new girls and sign them.
Yeah, so he just confirmed it right there. He lost almost all of his roster of girls.
And boom, done. Everything I've done and all the work I've put into the past 2 years gone. All the love. I love the past 2 years gone. Wasting time, wasting my fucking 2 years. What? How does it just end like that? You're so dumb. You have a conversation and you not just call the cops on me, take your shit without having a conversation.
Yeah, crashing on a stream like this, dude, is just
And what he's saying.
It's the fact that it's sped up just makes it even funnier because it's like the Adderall's kicking in again.
or just like get on with it. Get on with it, Jack. We're tired of your bullshit.
Or no, the Adderall's wearing off, so now this is just him.
You should take a lesson from Kodak Black.
Just...
Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Hey, Kodak Black is actually not as douchey as this guy is.
I just... Of all the things that you can... Of all the options you could take, this is the one that I absolutely would never have gone. I would never publicly broadcast me crashing out over losing a girlfriend.
2012 me would have. 2022, 2024 to 2025 me would just be like, okay, bye, bitch.
Fair enough.
But, dude, I tied a knot with her. I don't have to keep my gut in check anymore. I can just let this fucker out whenever I want.
Moving on.
My gut. Because, well, I started exercising to get rid of my gut, but then she said, oh, I don't care about that. And it's like, okay. You want a fat fucked husband? You got one. Hey, if you see my gut, that just means I'm being fed well.
Hey, fair enough.
So back to Kodak Black. That just makes me think in one of his songs he said, I took Adderall and I smell high-tech when I piss. Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, let's try not to read too deep into that.
Yeah, it's a rap song from like 2021, so let it go.
I don't know if I'll ever get over it. I don't know if we'll ever be back together. I don't want to be with her after this.
I mean, I'm sure she's not going to want to be with you either, bro. You just, went on a 20-minute rant about how she's nothing but a gold digger who plied on you for the last 2 years and then apparently fucked you over.
She got a Maybach, used you for millions, then left. Exactly. That's how I feel. No, I'm kidding.
What's up with this dude always saying, oh, I'm kidding.
Bro, you'll never find a guy like me that cares about you this much, will spend this much time with you every day, and will do this much for you. It's like I really changed you as a person in a good way. Bro, I'm done with girls, bro. I'm not dating a girl ever again, bro. I'm just gonna every bitch on the planet.
Oh, damn. Jackie switching teams. Bro, you were touching tips with the Island Boys less than a year ago, I'm pretty sure. Kissing them and shit.
Oh,
and I don't know many
Jesus.
girls that are gonna be cool with their boy.
I look at my phone, after looking away for a second, that's the first fucking thing I see.
That's nasty.
Yeah. I don't normally say the Lord's name in vain, but Jack Doherty makes it fucking hard. He makes it fucking hard to, not go to hell.
Yeah. Give him about 60 years, and he's going to be Herbert from Family Guy.
Hey, Chris, get your fat ass over here.
You like popsicles? I got a cherry-flavored popsicle been saving for somebody special. It tastes a little salty at first, but then you get right down to that creamy goodness. It's just, sweet, yes, sir.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, that did not sound like you at all. That's a new laugh I've heard from you. I don't know if my phone's squirting out or if I'm just hearing shit. But then again, it could be because I got fucking Y2K going in the background and I keep looking over to see Rachel Zegler's ugly mug.
Yeah, that could be it.
Definitely a mood killer for sure. Like, Lily, hold on, you know the Viagra. Anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
Boyfriend doing that. Now that I really think about it, I kind of forgot about his history, or I tried to, Men in Black it from my fucking memory.
I can't. I'm gonna get 1,000 bodies this week. I'm done.
I wish Will Smith would fucking neuralize this clown out of my memory banks.
I'm crashing out.
I challenge this guy to find 10 women who actually sleep with him. Now, in all seriousness,
technology doesn't exist yet, brother.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Guys, sometimes karma does come and hit you like a damn train. And obviously, guys, I don't feel bad for Jack at all. I mean, the guy's ran around being an egotistical maniac for the last couple of years. And something tells me this actually has a lot more to do with finances and whatever business arrangement that they had where he was collecting revenue from her OF than it actually does their relationship ending. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's lifestyle goes way downhill really fast. Because if I'm essentially funding your lifestyle with what I do, this $500K per month, and then you're sitting there calling me lazy, yeah, I'm gonna pull all that shit away from you. Take it away. You're not the grateful one. But either way, I do want to know what you guys think about this situation down below. Neon's out here taking W's, Jack is still taking L's. Who could have seen it coming, okay? One decides to actually become a little bit more mature, own up to his different mistakes, do some apologies, while the other one is ego tripping and crashing out on camera. I guess my point is, even if you're on one path together, there's always time to go off in different directions. But either way, I do want to know what you guys think about this down below. What do you guys think is the current state of Jack's financial status? Because he seems really panicked here. Of course, I also encourage you guys to go check out the sponsor of this video, Sundays for Dogs. I also want to thank you guys for dropping likes on today's video, leaving comments, and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other streamer crash outs out here need to be covered. So I'm out. Peace.
Peace.
The most hate.
I mean, I've pretty much already voiced my opinions. I think, but you know what? Good for Neon. If he's not, if he doesn't want to be a complete waste of space now. I still don't like him. He's not my type of content. I'm gonna move myself back down here to the bottom corner. I'm not a fan of IRL streaming. That's just kind of not my thing. But
yeah.
But at least Neon's not having a public meltdown like Jack Doherty, and at least he's not. At least he's not like Johnny Somali.
I still don't really care for Neon though.
Neither do I.
I mean, didn't he literally, isn't there like literally audio of him somewhere like threatening a minor with a rape or something?
Probably.
And apparently he wants to be a UFC fighter, but from what last I looked, he's a fucking twig, and he'll fucking like, all you have to do is push him with your finger and he'll go flying into the distance.
He has the body type of a stop sign. Hyena looking ass. Unsharpened number 2 pencil looking ass. Slenderman, except he ain't even scary.
Oh, I wish we could hit him with a stop sign.
That old-ass, dirty-ass $25 floor fan from Target that just goes looking ass.
Basically.
Drumstick-looking ass. He has the build of a cigarette.
Okay, you're gonna make me die of laughter if you don't stop.
Moving on.
The most hated live streamer has officially ran out of money, and he's currently stuck in Korea having to deal with all of his criminal trials. More charges are being dropped on him, and he's been banned from the only platform that paid him enough to make all of this worth it. So, what did he do? He decided to go to one of the largest creators on Kick and begged him for forgiveness and for him to be unbanned. Like he had anything to say in the situation, but it's safe to say things are getting pretty pathetic out here. So in my last video we covered how he's now facing a minimum prison sentence of 3 years if he's convicted for his newest charge. And that charge involved him distributing a 18+ deepfake of another Korean streamer on his live stream. Then you have him being chased by another Korean IRL streamer, which led to him fleeing the scene. And then their new legal strategy of him claiming that he has bipolar, and they're trying to use that like it's some Monopoly get out of jail free card, even though the moron has already pleaded guilty to 3 separate charges in the same criminal case. So I don't know how that one's gonna fly. Clearly, he's just scrambling to avoid any accountability of his own actions. Then finally, the guy who he's been living with ended up admitting that Johnny has completely ran out of money, and having to provide for him has taken a toll on his finances. So he was also asking for donations as well. So I guess their Hail Mary was to find out where Ice Poseidon was.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. 2 cancerous tumors meeting in the same spot together. I suppose we should call them the testicles. And Ice Poseidon's taller than Johnny Somali, so it's like one's hanging lower than the other. One has just slightly more cancer than the other one.
It is not the tumor.
It's not the tumor. It's not the tumor.
Are you sure, Mr.? It's not the tumor, you little shit.
I need to rewatch Kindergarten Cop at some point.
Yeah, you should let me rewatch it with you. We can riff on it.
Oh yeah.
Even if we can't do these riffs live because of fucking copyright shit from YouTube, we can still do it in private.
Yeah. No more complaining. No more Mr. Gibble had to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Not to mention, there's that one dude who goes, "Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina," and it's like, I saw you on Full House. Please don't do that.
At least the kid understands biology.
He would need that about 30 years later.
Yeah. He had no idea how based he was back then. Anyways.
Yeah. And just for the record, we're not homophobic or transphobic. We don't. It's like we have a you do you mindset. Just don't shove it down our throats. Refer to as private fruit video because I'm not explaining that shit.
Yeah, and especially don't target kids.
Yeah, like Jeffrey Marsh.
Anyways, before I throw up my dinner.
Yeah.
What, you got a baton? Yep.
So they stalk Ice Poseidon's stream and they show up to meet him. Hank is dressed as his bodyguard with a Chinese flag on his arm for some reason, and he's carrying a baton now. I guess they're just kind of sick and tired of being used as human punching bags. But obviously, they're on a mission to get him unbanned from Kick, because he's ran out of money. And this, as I said previously, is their Hail Mary.
There's nothing to talk about.
I don't know, bro.
There's nothing to talk about.
I haven't listened.
There's nothing to talk about, bro.
Well, they then proceeded to talk for like 10 minutes.
Every day, and then the chat comes. Yeah, I do.
Everything is not my fault. Everything that happens is my fault. In Japan, everywhere.
Yeah.
You guys do the same.
I streamed in Japan years ago, and I was fine. You came to Japan, did your thing, and now you can't stream in Japan anymore.
But listen.
That's your fault.
You've done the same stuff with me. A lot of you. Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Trespassing, right?
I mean, trespassing. I've done trespassing, but I don't go around and harass the general public.
Okay, listen.
You might have.
Okay, Johnny Somali is the type
right.
of guy who. Johnny Somali is the type of guy who'd be like, "Oh, I totally speak Japanese," and they say, "Oh yeah, say one word, Toyota."
Oh, Godzilla!
Godzilla! Oh, Godzilla! That's not Japanese. Yeah, just wait a minute, like Godzilla.
It looked like
Or they- I
Godzilla.
think. Huh?
It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not.
Still, we should run like it is Godzilla.
No, it
No, it
isn't.
I feel like when Peanut moved his lips and then Godzilla came after, I think that was supposed to be a joke on how English dubs don't line up with the talking in the old Godzilla movies.
It very clearly was.
Yep. I remember for a long time as a kid thinking, wait a minute, what is it? Oh yeah. I had a retard moment.
Anyways.
His goal here is to clearly get unbanned on Kick so he can go back to harassing people in public and making good money again, because that's the only thing he knows how to do.
But I honestly don't think I'm a bad person. I want to come back to Kick.com. I want to stream on Kick again. I want to move past this. I really do. I want to change.
It doesn't matter what you think of yourself. It's how you act and what you do. Oh, but I'm a good guy when I'm not harassing strangers on the street for money. I'm sorry, no creator or platform wants to be associated with that behavior. It doesn't matter how good of a guy you think you really are.
You also have a history of saying, well, I'm not that person anymore, I've changed. And then as soon as you get unbanned or you get released from custody, like in Japan, what do? You go right back to being a cancerous tumor on the testicles of society.
That's funny as shit, I don't care.
Exactly. You go right back to being everybody's. You go right back to being that person everybody just wants that everybody crosses the street to avoid.
Or pushes them into oncoming traffic.
Yeah, or just immediately it's just like, don't look at him, don't look him in the eye. It gives him power.
Oh, kind of like Mizzy.
Pretty much.
Remember when he tried to pull the race card, and it's like, dude, it has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with you being a complete fucking retard.
Yeah. What a sad day you're having when you're getting schooled by Piers Morgan.
Oh, but Mizzy wasn't having it.
Well, at least we haven't heard from Mizzy in a while.
Yeah, doesn't he doesn't he have like a legal ban on social media?
I think he does, and we just haven't. I don't know if he's sitting in a British jail right now, or if he just crashed out, or just I guess figured out that, hey, this is not a good look for me, or somebody in his life smacked some sense into his stupid dumb head.
Yeah, because let's not forget, if he would have pulled that walking in the houses shit in Texas, it would have ended very differently.
Or Southeast Missouri.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Gets face blown off. You're in my house touching my stuff. Don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas.
Exactly.
Good thing Grinch doesn't go to Texas.
Yeah, it's a good thing Whoville isn't in Texas.
Oh. I still can't believe that one of the guys who goes and knocks on Grinch's door at the beginning of the movie or so would go on to play a main character in all 12 seasons of Bones, TJ Thine.
Ooh.
TJ Thine, who I also think if they did like a House prequel series when he's younger, they're gonna have TJ Thine play young House because their voices sound the exact fucking same.
Huh.
Except TJ Thine is American, and the guy who plays House is British, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Anyways.
Yep.
If that was true, then why do you say really
Because I'm just trying to get content. I'm taking it too far. I take the content too far. Totally too far.
Yeah, but that's
I admit it.
yeah, but that's the problem though. How do you expect to get unbanned on a platform if you take it too far?
But you have to learn from your mistakes. I'm a man to know where I'm wrong. I want to move on from this. I want to come back to kick. I want to make content. I love streaming.
Okay, dude, you were dancing in your underwear just days ago, still doing.
Asian Andy content. Asian Andy.
I know, but
Asian Andy was watching that live and like, I taught Johnny everything he knows.
okay, but you have to understand, if you're trying to reform yourself, you have to not do the things that you've been doing to get yourself in trouble in these countries.
I do need to change and I do need to do better and I want to.
Right. Bullshit. Keyword there. He wants to, but he won't get views that way, so he won't actually change.
That's why I came to apologize. I said sorry. I didn't deny everything I did. I said sorry.
I just don't know what you're expecting from this.
I don't expect nothing. I don't want to fight.
He's just desperate for an unban from Kick. That's what he's expecting here. And Ice is the wrong person to go to. He should be talking to Kick staff. But clearly, they want nothing to do with him, so they won't respond to him.
I apologize.
And I don't blame him.
I don't accept the apology.
You don't have to. You don't have to. At least I made it. I want to move on and I want to reform. I want to change. I want to come back to Kick. I know ABC mad at me. ABC, I'm sorry for calling you fat. I'm sorry for calling you a fake Muslim. Please, everybody, Kick staff, man. Let me come back.
I would never help you get on Kick.
Really?
No.
His dreams just shattered right there.
Good. I really don't. I don't care for Ice Poseidon, but good on him for that. You did.
Yeah.
You did one semi-intelligent thing. So, here, I don't have a cookie. Otherwise, I'd try to like shove it in through the camera and be like, "Here, have a cookie." But
websites when I try to enter them for the first time. like, damn, that looked like a big ass cookie. Anyways.
Yeah.
Dude just realized that he's completely cooked.
You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. Now.
No.
I mean, it was a long shot to somehow get unbanned through talking to Ice here. I don't know why.
That was the perfect meme to use for that.
I laughed so hard. I think my Mark thought it was a banning ship. I almost shit my heart out.
Oh, that would have been good.
That's how hard I just laughed. What?
Oh god. Oh, dude, that just made me think of this one video I saw like years ago of one of these like power lifters at an event, right? And he's getting ready to do his like deadlifts, and he's going on. He gets up to the barbell with the tights on and everything. He squats down, grabs the barbell, starts to do the thing, and I guess he's straining so hard that there was like a low angle shot of him, if I recall correctly. I wish I could find the video, and you just see this lump just form in his tights, and it's like, oh my god.
He shat himself.
With how snug that shit is, yeah, that was pancaked.
Well, he probably never took his face anywhere ever again.
Dude strained so hard he literally shit himself.
Well, if it's anything like the guy who admitted on a live stream, he one time randomly creamed in his pants.
Oh.
Hey, you know which one I'm talking about? Like the guy getting interviewed sitting across the table, and he was just going on about how he randomly creams in his pants.
Yeah, I remember. I think we reacted to Charlie's video on that guy.
Yeah, it's like, I would not admit to that. Like, I would not admit to that in the same line as your video about that one guy's Doom gameplay.
You couldn't waterboard that information out of me.
No. But I really hope that guy is not allowed anywhere near schools.
Yeah, he's got that Creepus Maximus look on him.
Yeah, like that one guy who was being filmed, and he's an open book. Like, literally the white EDP.
Hold on a second. My dog seems to have something to say. Let me. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
Your dog barking at nothing again?
Yeah. I don't even know what he would be barking at, because it's not like he's barking at the weather. I mean, we've had some thunder down here. We've had some thunder over here for a little bit. A few times during the stream, but I haven't heard anything for at least the last hour. I mean, I know it's supposed to rain more tonight. I don't think we have any, like, the only weather alert I've gotten from my area is a flood warning. But I don't live near the river. I don't live near, like Cape Girardeau sits, like, right on the Missouri-Illinois River, and I think I want to say the Mississippi runs on the border between us and Illinois. So, I mean, the flood warning doesn't really affect my area.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's barking at. He's probably barking at just the neighbors being outside talking it up.
Like huskies at 3 a.m. This feels like the perfect time to scream at the top of my fucking lungs.
Yep.
Oh, I miss having a husky. It was never quiet, but at least I wasn't alone.
Yeah. Shall we continue?
Kids are still napping, and Lily's not getting off work for probably at least another 5 or 6 hours.
Ugh.
Hey, she closes the bar.
Hey, fair enough.
And it's like, I'd worry about her, but then I remember when she gave Max front wedge, and it's like, yeah, she can hold her own. She can hold her own. I still wish I got that on video.
Yeah. So do I. Because I would love to riff on it.
And it would have been the perfect commentary video. And she couldn't have sued us because, well, she's clearly the aggressor in the video. Well, she would have been the aggressor if I would have actually, thought to pull my fucking phone out. But all I could think about was, well, sucks to be you, Harmony.
Shall we continue?
Yep, let's go.
He thought that would work, but he realized he's cooked here. He needs the money from Kick to make this massive grave that he dug himself slightly worth it in his own head. Without that, I don't even think that he can justify his own actions. This is completely earth-shattering to him. I think this is a bigger blow to his ego than the fact that there's a 99% probability of him going to prison in Korea. Because if he took that seriously, he wouldn't be running around continuing the same antics that got him in a criminal court case to begin with.
The stuff that you've done is just bad, and the stuff that you've said about me is bad.
Regardless of you,
it's fake, bro. You messaged me. You were like, "Oh, please help me get banned on Kick," and then the next message was you threatening to kill me. I mean, I don't need proof. It's in my thoughts.
I'm just saying this. You know I would never kill you. You know it.
Obviously, but it's a shitty thing to say. It's really up.
Oh my god.
And so why would I want to help you? I would never help you. I don't like you.
You don't have to like me. You don't like a lot of the people that you screw with.
Yeah, but I in particularly hate you.
Understandable. But ICE also has a terrible group of people that he's associated with. Not that he can really be considered a saint himself with that crypto rug pull, but they're definitely doing a bit of that Spider-Man pointing at each other meme. But ICE is right that he personally hasn't done anything as bad as Johnny here.
You're still doing
Can I dance on the statue?
Dude, aren't you Korean?
No, I'm here.
Yeah, that is definitely not the dude you want to use as a moral compass, but that is a little bit too much of a rabbit hole for this video.
I didn't create it. You just
Especially when he has a weird obsession with China.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into it. If you want more elaboration, you could probably find it on Legal Mindset's channel. Because he has covered Hank, and he has covered Hank's weird obsession with the CCP. So,
yeah, that's.
So yeah, just you have a trinity of morons. You have Ice Poseidon, who's a douchebag, Johnny Somali, who's a public nuisance, and Hank, who idolizes a communist government. It's
my
like
faith in humanity.
It's like a retard. It's like a retard. Sorry.
I said my faith in humanity keeps dipping below.
It's like a retard Triforce.
Fucking Jesus.
Yeah, no. You're on trial here, and I don't want to deal with that.
You got canceled on Twitch. The same cancel culture bullshit. And you're trying to do the same thing to me on Facebook.
No, the difference is I got swatted on a plane. The difference is you go around and purposely try to cause issues.
I don't think that's true. You watch a lot of my content.
Bro, dancing on a statue that people obviously care about is trying to cause problems. Obviously.
You sound like Karen stuff though.
Walking around a North Korean subway blasting walking along a South Korean subway blaring the North Korean national anthem and the speeches of Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, hang on, I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, lest we forget also carrying a fish around, harassing people with a bag with a rotting fish in it. What Ice referred to with the whole, lathering himself in baby oil and giving the comfort women statues a fucking lap dance. This guy's a clusterfuck of retardation. I mean, frankly, I'm amazed and impressed he even has a following at all. But then again, we live in a society that glorifies stupidity, so there is that.
Well, idiots have followings. Social media has taught us that.
Yeah, I mean, the world has always been flooded with an overabundance of stupid people. Social media just made it much easier to spot the morons in society.
Yeah. I remember back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and I saw Boogie 2988 for the first time, and it's like, well, he's going to become a loser later in his career, and well, his downfall is happening as we speak.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is a literal lolcow.
Like that one lolcow you were talking about with the guy who quote-unquote wrote his own books, but apparently tries to say, oh, they're bestsellers, but it's like, do you even write your own books, bro, or do you use AI to write them?
Patrick Tomlinson.
Yeah, what kind of last name is Tomlinson?
You got me, dude. The guy is from Milwaukee, so.
That's where my ex-Beth is from.
Ugh.
Hey, that's the one ex I still get along with.
Okay, fair enough.
Mainly because she's actually mature, and she'll be 30 next year.
Well.
But yeah, that's the one I was dating back in high school, the one who, she was a very young single mom.
Well.
I was 15, almost 16. She was 18 with a 2-year-old. It was technically legal, so.
Okay, moving on.
She was older.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
That's not statue. You made a joke 2 years ago.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is why people hate you. And I'm telling you, this is why I don't want anything to do with you.
Clearly, he doesn't even see a problem with his own actions. I feel like, if anything, this confrontation here reduces his chances of being unbanned on Kick.
Dude, it doesn't matter. I don't really give a... What is your goal here? You're trying to get unbanned on Kick. It's not going to happen.
Why?
Because you are the reason Kick looked really bad.
I'm the only one. I'm the only person.
In Asia, yeah. You're the reason Japan didn't like Kick.
All the other people in
You're the one who went the most viral.
His logic is terrible here. But these guys get terrible things, I should get unbanned. Nah, Johnny, you and all the people you named should be banned.
I mean, the goal that you're trying to accomplish is not going to happen.
It might.
Well, how about you start with reforming yourself first?
And you give us a chance for me to get back on Kick. That's all I'm asking for. That's just a chance to get a chance.
You would have to do some serious reform. You'd have to do some serious reform. But since you are literally on trial right now,
If I'm not guilty, go home and everything's good.
then you can work on your reform.
Was Johnny not there when he literally pleaded guilty? Because I was, and so was my editor, and obviously the judge and prosecutor. There is a 0% chance for him to not be guilty right now.
If you want to dance, you have to get on your knees and kiss his feet.
I love how he just immediately snaps as soon as he's taken off of his mission of getting unbanned on Kick.
One day, let me back. ABC, I know I made you mad, Daddy. You used to be in my chat donating and all that shit.
Dude, what are you talking about? I mean, Kick has been way too lenient with you. They unbanned you like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And for some reason, you kept doing the same stuff that got you banned over and over again. That ship has sailed, dude. You destroyed it. Just like you destroyed your own life. And now, you actually have to deal with the consequences of your own actions for once in your life. I'm sorry, dude. It sucks to suck.
Exactly. Hey. Oh. Johnny, I'm not asking this to be mean. I'm not asking this to be an asshole. I genuinely, I am asking this with full 100% sincerity. How many Tide Pods did you eat? Like, legit, how many?
Yeah, I feel like Johnny Somali was one of the people who participated in the early 2018 Tide Pod Challenge. Or that challenge where they put the car in motion and they start dancing outside the drive. They start dancing outside a driver door to a fucking frickin' Drake song or whatever it is.
You look like one of those people that survived the Tide Pod Challenge. Let me give you a hint, something you and your mother should have both listened to. How about you just swallow next time?
By cars.
You know, like Angry Cop just said, next time just swallow.
Yep.
Shit. I'm hearing a tornado siren.
Oof. Well, is that gonna cut it?
I don't know yet. I haven't gotten any alerts on my phone yet about a tornado alert. That's why I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna check the forecast on my phone. I might have to end the stream on this video. We'll just have to, give me a minute. I mean, I'm still seeing a flood warning.
Yeah, because if you're getting a tornado warning, you might want to definitely keep an eye on that.
Yeah, although I do hear the thunder coming in, so I probably should just go ahead and end the stream after this video.
Yeah, we only got a few more minutes, and I obviously gotta get off because I got church-related things tomorrow during the day, and I didn't drink a lot of caffeine today, so I'm hoping that I actually sleep.
Okay.
But yeah, Yeah, let's see. What?
That was my dog. For some reason, my dog, whenever he hears sirens, he feels the need to howl along with it.
I assure you there's not a little bit of husky in your dog?
Sometimes I swear he is part husky just because he grows his fur out. When he grows his fur out, he almost looks like a husky puppy, and he loves playing around in the snow.
Yeah.
And he likes to sit on his rear end and get his paws up for like he's begging for chest scratches, and he looks like a bear cub when he does that, so he might have a little bit of husky in him.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right.
My family has a history of owning huskies, so.
All right. Well, let's finish this video up because that siren is going going a pretty good length. In
other words, shut up, Kason.
How could he ask for a kick on ban after the shit that he like does, bro? And the shit that he said about me, like, bro, you're not gonna get unbanned on kick. If you want even an inkling of possibility of that, you need to go through so much reform. Like, there's no way that that's going to happen anytime soon.
I mean, the odds of Johnny getting unbanned are basically zero. And to confirm that, a former Kick employee who actually had to deal with Johnny while he was there and getting banned, he talked about this situation.
I know ABC's mad at me. ABC, I'm sorry for calling you fat. I'm sorry. Listen, bro. Johnny's actually, he doesn't understand that he's. This is the thing. He's so stupid that he actually thinks there's a chance of him coming back again. There isn't. You're wasting your time, bro.
Yeah, well, he then goes on to describe what it was like to deal with Johnny as a Kick employee.
I remember one night, Johnny Somali called me, like, early days of Kick, where he got banned like 4 or 5 times already, okay? And I'm pretty sure he was on his final warning, right? And he called me after being banned. And he's like, please, bro, I'm going to change. I'll never do this again. Whatever. I'm like, yeah, your ban expires in like a week or something. So, just wait it out. Take a break. Do whatever. Switch up your content. Stop being an idiot because you're going to get yourself hurt and other people hurt around you. Okay? And the moment he got unbanned, he did the exact same thing and then got permanently banned. And then started crying all over again.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny has a clear pattern of not learning nor changing his behavior because this is the only thing he knows how to do. And currently, that's a straight path to a South Korean prison cell. No matter what he tries to do in court and how cool he tries to play things off, he's just run out of options. Or else, he wouldn't be there pathetically begging ICE to get unbanned on Kick. But hey, other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
All right. So, yeah, Johnny Somali, I don't think he's going to change. He'll never change.
It's like that one stain on the inside of your toilet bowl that just won't go away. Just leave it alone. Don't acknowledge it. Just move on.
Yeah, no matter how hard you scrub, no matter how much bleach you use.
Still say Johnny Salami should have been swallowed.
Yeah. Or his father should have just finished in a tissue. Alright.
Or there's this mind-bending invention. It's called condoms.
Yeah. Yeah,
but anyway.
Because obviously his dad's pull-out game was not peak.
It wasn't peak, it was weak.
Yeah. Anyways, I can hear a storm brewing up, so I'm going to cap the stream off here. As much as I would like to keep going for another hour. Yeah. It's been a...
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I'd rather do that. So I'm just gonna cap it all off here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully we'll be on next week, and
Should be.
I'll try to keep you guys updated with. I'll try to keep you guys updated with that. And before I go, I just want to throw out a quick reminder that. Hang on, let the page load. Let the page load. The poll for whether or not I should watch and review the Minecraft movie is still up. I will have my I'll decide whether or not I I can't say I'll decide by Tuesday. By this coming Tuesday, you guys will have decided for me whether or not I'm watching it. Right now, there's only one vote for it, which is that no, I should not watch it. I should save my money.
That's my vote.
And if you guys want me to watch and review it, make your you've got until Tuesday morning to make your selection. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and sorry to end this so short, so abruptly, but yeah, I gotta keep an eye on the weather, so I can't be multitasking to this degree, so I'll just catch you guys later.
Yep. See ya.